What's up, everybody? A Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Empyrion, Galactic Survival. When we left off in the last episode, we were doing okay, but not really doing all that great when it came to kind of connecting the dots between kind of more so what I wanted to do and what I was able to actually figure out how to do. So I'm working a little bit more on that today, trying to refine some of the edges. As you can see, I kind of took the whole roof off in preparation for the next floor kind of thing. In fact, I may actually get rid of these as well, because I kind of have found that they're not really serving too much of a purpose at this point, and I am going to redo these railings as well. We might do a similar color or something, but I actually found that we can do this one, which to me is a little bit more, I don't know, easy to use, I guess, because it's basically just a standard walkway kind of thing. Which is kind of nice, because then I don't actually have to worry about, you know, falling off the left side or something, so we're just going to keep it like that, I think. Let's see, though. I could do a block under here, maybe? I don't know if that's really necessary or not, though. It kind of looks like it might be getting in the way. This one, kind of thinking may work better just like that, but then there's a few issues here that we're still haven't quite worked out. And I hope to kind of work on that a little bit today. Let's see here. So we can grab like this. And this won't actually end up being like the roof. It's going to end up being more just the next floor. We have to leave that open. No. The next one open? Yeah. And I'm not actually sure how we're going to do the walkway now that I think about it, because there's actually... Oh, you know what we could do is we could do a... Alright, I'm going to try this, but I don't know if it's going to work. Okay, this does work. I wasn't sure about the height difference there. That works. Good to go. I have an idea, and something tells me it's not... Yeah, it's not going to work. I was going to say I wanted to use one of these pillar or beams to show it being connected, but like most things that I've encountered in this, it turns into an issue when you start trying to basically put anything together that isn't kind of designed that way. So what we may end up doing is mounting that together to show, I don't know, some kind of attachment, because I know that it technically, like, isn't it isn't necessary for that to be attached in the game side. It just looks really weird to just have something free-floating, and there being no support whatsoever. But I'm not really sure if I like that or not. We're gonna leave it for now, because I want to keep working on the upper area here, but I'm not 100% sold on that. So that's kind of one of those, if you think that it's like, oh, that looks awful, why is he done with that? Yeah, I'm not done with that. I'm not real happy with that. I wanted to kind of try to get a basic floor structure going here, though, before I started really trying to map out the walls. I know that might sound a little bit funny, but it's mainly just because I've been having a lot of problems with the outer walls, and so I wanted to really make sure that I got everything where I wanted it. Now, I do have a bit of an issue here that may or may not be... Actually, it won't be too hard to fix, I don't think. but it could cause some issues. Maybe not. I think we might be able to pull it off. But the bigger issue here was this awning part here. I can do beams that connect to this, but I couldn't figure out how to rectify this corner with a... there was like an edge out here about, you know, the wall thickness. And so I couldn't put a beam there with this awning here. I kind of like the awning, though. It may change to some degree here in a little bit, especially considering what I've been doing over here on the back. I've definitely modified the back here. Again, kind of with the lemonade out of lemons mentality, though, because it's not really how I want it. It's just kind of how I have it. But again, much like this section over here, I'm not really 100% sold on it. But if we kept following an awning type thing like that around the wall or something, this may end up changing into something altogether different. Now, as for the walls, we're going to keep going for now. I actually don't know if I have enough concrete. This guy could be a problem. Maybe? Do I actually need to do it this way? I don't think I do. I think a standard one will work. And then I can put a beam there. I'm not doing any of the beams at the moment, only because they take up a full amount of cement. And I kind of need that at the moment. This guy... okay. This is going to be tricky. Because if I kind of want a flat wall here on the bottom. Basically, what I'm actually looking to do is something like this along here. Well, actually, what's stopping me from doing that? The only problem here is I have no way to finish the edge there because of the whole beam thing. I can only do one beam per block, and there is no this shape, an L shape in the beam. So, once again, causes a bit of an issue. I could do a slope, maybe? I haven't really done any slopes. But that's still not going to really fix the corner, because I really haven't done anything with the slopes, but like that, so it would kind of change all the corner stuff. This wouldn't help, though, would it? Well, actually, it kind of would. This wouldn't, because then it's back to an L, but if I did this, it doesn't really serve a purpose, though, at that point. I could just do full blocks, I guess. And then do a wall here. Let's see what that ends up looking like. That could work. And then I could basically just do a little... I hate the jetpack sometimes. Recharge already. I could end up doing walls here and just go straight along to here. And that would alleviate some of the problem. It will kind of shorten our... yeah, that'll work there, and then this should come together here, leaving me with... it's a little bit of a lip that I'm not happy with over here. It looks fine on the inside, but on the outside, I still have that edge lip to deal with. Oh, no, I can just put a beam there. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, so that meshed fairly well with no real creases or anything as I have to deal with other than that. This one will end up just doing an L here, beams go here, we'll follow along this way and kind of do the same thing. So, that should kind of finish our upper floor here, I think, in terms of layout. How's things looking down here? I may actually bring this in one, now that I'm thinking about, do I have extra? Ooh, I do have a lot more concrete. Okay, well that works. That's one block, that's another block. Okay, so that's just a wall. I may actually just replace these with full blocks. The reason being, that this, it just looks a little jagged at this point. It's like meet, kind of zigzaggy. And I don't really like it at this point. I'm hoping this holds together. Alright, cool. Wasn't really sure. So if we just do blocks like that, we get a similar kind of look where it's like this. Actually, this could be up one. I don't actually need this to be that low, but oh well. For now, it's fine. And this still lets us, because I'm just going to use this one as an example. We can't put it... Why can't I put anything here? Oh, those wood floors are that block, so I can put lights and stuff here, and I can put them along here. We just can't put them up on the floor underneath there, and I can't put them under these either. So that's something. We'll probably do lights around this pillar, except for, obviously, there. Actually, let me go ahead. I didn't realize I had that many cement things unaccounted for from all the picking up. Okay, so we'll put that there, and I think the rest should be straight walls. And then beams, but the beams I'm not really that worried about at the moment. That's more of a cosmetic issue. Yeah, so I think this is coming together rather nicely. And we're actually getting a pretty decent amount of XP here and there too. I mean decent for, since we needed to build stuff anyway. Not the biggest fan of how this shape ended up being over here though. Oh. Oh wait, no, I said I can fix that with a beam. Okay. This guy... Do you need to be that? Do you need to be that? If I take him out... then I would have a problem, won't I? Yeah, probably, because that's going to intersect with this. So I kind of need this to be a full block. Well, actually I don't. Do I? Because if this is all a beam, I could just actually... Let's try it. I'm actually going to use the beams here for a second. We're going to place that there, and place that there, and then get rid of this one. Oh! Wait a minute. A wall will fix that. So that should be fine. I don't know why I'm floating here. Yeah, I can fix that with walls. Okay, so that could work. It's a little jagged because there's no real point for that that edge to be there at this point. So yeah, we still got a little bit of work to do over here. This isn't all that pretty. Everything else I think is relatively okay. I mean, obviously this isn't very appealing. We might do like a window or something there. That's a pretty... Like both of these may end up being windows because that's a pretty big wall for there to just be nothing there. So let me play around with this a little bit and I'll come back in a minute when I have a bit more done. Okay, so I did a little bit more up on the top and actually got the roof type area in place at this point, at least for now. So this is our new upper floor, and as you can see, this is kind of what I wanted, where now I can build up here as well as move around and all that stuff, and still keep this down here where it is. So that worked out pretty well. There was a couple of things... Oh, I did want to bring up, too, Is this the symbol one? This is the color painter, right? That somebody had pointed out to me that the rust and stuff here is actually a symbol, not a texture. So I hadn't gone far enough. So there is like a mossy and a rusty kind of thing. But I guess if we hit 0, like no symbols on the object, then you can go around and clean everything up. So that was a cool little tip that I wanted to bring up. While we're here, though, and this is pretty much done. Ooh, that's going to be an issue, isn't it? Oh, wait, maybe not. Because if I put a beam there and then... I don't have a little nub, do I? That sucks. This is the stuff that bothers me, that it's like, I can do what I want, but I can't get it to look the way that I want. Because of just the restrictions of some of the blocks. It's like that. I have no little nub cube thing to be a little end cap. Urgh. I can't ever seem to get these just to line up correctly and not have little weird edges and ridges and things that I have to fix. This is going to end up being the same thing, now that I'm looking at it. Because that's going to be a beam, and this is going to be a beam, and then I'm not going to have anything to put there. Dagnabbit. It just seems like no matter how I configure this stuff, it just never actually meets in the middle anywhere and comes together. It always has little end caps and things that aren't really connected to anything or not fully sealed. It's just, it kind of bothers me, actually. It's a little... I don't really actually have, like, clinical OCD or anything, because there's a lot of people that actually do, and it's, you know, actually kind of hard to deal with when it's, like, the full-blown version and it kind of gets in the way. So it's more of just a symmetry thing for me. It's not really actual OCD. It just bothers me. And what really bothers me more is when I reconfigure everything and think I have it and then find that that didn't work either. So that's kind of frustrating at this point, where I had most everything configured and everything was looking good. And now, of course, I find one little spot that won't line up right. Or two. Actually, I have 2 or 3 that won't line up right. And that's just getting annoying at this point, because I've had it happen 3 or 4 times. And this part, for example, is not how I want it. This doesn't look very good here. I can put a beam there, but again, that's going to be a problem up here. But, you know, what am I going to do? Nothing else seems to work. I don't really like that this doesn't connect to anything and just kind of hangs here, but that may be... I actually put this second edge out here because I couldn't put a light anywhere. All this is taking up space. It's all considered to be full blocks. So... kind of, once again, I'm not really sure what to put here at this point, because I really wanted a light like this, but I'm not sure what options I have to kind of meet it in the middle type of thing. I wonder if I could use something like this to kind of curve it back that way, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if that would work or not. I don't think that would work over here on this edge. Just a little bit of a thinner one, but that still counts as a block. That's, I think, the biggest problem with this system, actually, is unlike something like even Space Engineers doesn't have it, but Medieval Engineers does, where you can like merge the 2 blocks together, or at least operate in the same grid. And it allows you to do pillars and angles and things like that without really getting in the way of anything. And this is a bit of a hybrid. Like, it has blocks that mimic the merging, but don't actually have the same behavior. I wonder if I did something like that now. That really wouldn't do anything or look that good. I'm really not happy with this at this point. What did I even have here before? I had it like... Oh, I had it like this, but upside down. Yeah, I think I had it like that. And then I had a regular wall there. I guess I'm just going to put this back for now because I really don't know what else to do with it. But I am not happy about that by any stretch of the imagination. I could do... I guess I could take out some of these and do like a slope angle thing to try and salvage it, but... really not a fan. Not a fan of how this is coming together. But particularly bothersome is these stupid corner edges where if you're not... Okay, so here's my biggest thing, actually. I can actually sum it up. I've been kind of rambling because I'm trying to form what is actually the issue here. And what's basically the issue is if you're using these walls, but you put them within the block space, so like inside here, you're going to have a ridge in here that also prevents you from putting a block in this space, right? So it would basically end up looking like this. And you not only end up with a ridge on this side, which isn't terrible for an interior, but now it eliminates the ability to place anything in this square. So the alternative is to put it on the outside. But when you do that, when you put this on the outside and the ceiling on the outside, which allows you to build in this block, now you end up creating these ridges. Which isn't terrible because of the advent of beams. The beams can fix this, but except for corners. The corners, it has nothing to work with because the beam is only going to go up to here on both sides, and even the center one is only going to go up to the block height. So they need some kind of like cube little end cap for the corners in order to make that a viable solution. But otherwise, it's basically like you either sacrifice symmetry for and a like full 90-degree edge for being able to build a block, place a block inside the square, and that's frustrating, basically. That's pretty much it. That's really my only issue is if you build it to look good, then you can't place certain blocks in certain spaces inside your base, which is annoying. And if you do build it to function to where it, you know, you can actually place things inside your house and not have an issue with it, then it turns into, well, you know, now the outside doesn't look as good. So it's just, I kind of, after a couple episodes of trying to refine this, I mean, granted, our base is coming along, it's not terrible, and it's starting to look, you know, somewhat, some semblance of an interesting shape and stuff. It doesn't look bad. But the point is kind of that by the time you're, you know, at this point where I'm at in the building process, I still feel like I'm fighting the mechanics to get the result that I want. It's like, it kind of forces you to either go with, do you want it to really look design-wise really good, or is it just a shack with walls that's supposed to house all of your stuff? And I kind of feel like they have enough mechanics between all the different block types and everything, unless I'm just missing something, which is not entirely impossible. I could be missing a certain block combination that would fix my issues. But between the block types and then the texture tools and the painting tools and all this kind of stuff, like even that doesn't look good. And it's because it looks good from one side and it bevels in well, but it doesn't actually look good on the other side down here, which is, again, kind of annoying. Actually, with that there, I think if I keep that there, I don't actually know what that's about, to be honest, because that is a full block, or well, it's not a full block, but it's a full wall block, and it meets up at the edge, so I'm a little surprised that slope isn't actually set up to meet that edge width. That's a little weird to me, actually. I don't really know why that's a thing. Actually, let me test that theory, because if I put a wall down here, it should do the same thing. If I'm right. Yeah. So it's like... Yeah, that's a little weird. I'm not really sure what that's about. Other than if it was only intended for full blocks, but that's a little silly, kind of. That's weird. I don't get that. I really don't. That's very strange. Give me that back then. It doesn't look any better. So anyways, yeah, didn't mean to really turn it into a rant, but I've been building stuff for a couple episodes now, and I still feel like I can't quite get it to work with me. It just kind of ends up being function or form, but not really both, which is a little bit on the irritating side. But anyways, for now, I also want to move this. Well, I can't really move it, I guess. Can I rotate it? It's not actually letting me rotate it. I wonder if it's because I have stuff in my container there. That's interesting. But what I really need to do is start getting a growing plot going. A growing plot going. Let's see. Do I use one of these? I think I have an ammo and a storage crate, but should I use that? Or should I just move that over somewhere? Kind of thinking I might move it right there, actually. Do I have another... let's see. Oh, and it was also pointed out to me, I saw it when I brought it up in the last episode, but I did forget to mention it, that ammo box, you don't actually have to go in and do anything with the ammo. You can actually just hit fill all from here, and it will fill up your ammo. So I mentioned that in the last episode, but I kind of didn't really bring it up. Well, no, I didn't mention it. That was the problem. Sorry. I said that backwards. I saw it. I forgot to mention it, though. Do I not have another crate? I guess I don't. Let's grab what we can. Some of this I'm gonna put... like the plant stuff we're gonna put over here. Not particularly because it goes in there, just kind of because I can. And I don't really have any other spot for it at the moment. That doesn't have a perish time, so we'll go ahead and put it in there as well. This all, actually, all that stuff needs to go into the, yeah, the constructor over here. Wait a minute. Oh, when I moved the constructor. Okay. I was like, wait. Why is all this here? Yeah, that makes more sense. That's why this was supposed to go in the constructors, because I'd actually taken it out of the constructor. Duh. Okay. That looks fine. Oh, cement. We'll throw the cement in there. Okay. And we should be able to clear that. So let's go ahead and put storage box down here. I don't know if this actually... I don't think this actually changes the actual storage amount. I don't know, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 28, if my math's right. And then this one... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's about the same, actually. It just takes up more space, so that might actually not be a good thing. So let's go ahead. Nope, that's a core. Where'd it go? Yeah, seriously, where did it go? Oh, there it is. I was looking for the wrong thing. So, yeah, let's actually just put a cargo box there. Or, actually, give me this back. I know I've broken this thing like 6 times now. let's put one right there, actually. That's still out of the way, but still accessible. Yes, I am aware I already did that, but I didn't cover this one up so that I can just go grab stuff out of it. And we're just gonna dump kind of pretty much anything we're not really using at the moment in here. Oh, I have an extra light from somewhere. I don't remember getting that. Okay. Now, over here, what I think I'm gonna do is put the growing light... what would be best? I guess here... Maybe. It should be higher than that, though, shouldn't it? To get the maximum... So, yeah, I don't actually want to place anything there yet, because that's, I don't think, going to be as effective. So I'm thinking what we're going to end up doing is probably raising this up by 1 and leaving that edge there, but this will probably be gone and go up 1, so that I get a 2-block high light source, because a 2-block high I think will cover a 3x3 area. This, I'm not so sure if it will or not. Graphically, it doesn't look like it is, but I don't know if in the game if it doesn't matter. So we'll probably leave that for the next episode, though. In the meantime, we're going to wrap things up here. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.